Welcome back to Marvel Media Podcast. I'm your co-host Blake. I'm here with my co-hosts Josh and Alex.
And welcome to episode 22 of Marvel Talk. Today we'll be going over the projects that were revealed by Kevin Feige and Marvel Studios at D23 just last weekend. So Blake, why don't you start us off with some of the projects?
Well, we'll just go right off the bat with the disappointing part. We thought we'd figure out who our Fantastic Four is. All we got is the director of WandaVision. So that's the only information we really got on the Fantastic Four. No casting or anything like that. There's really not too much to add on it other than we found out the director from WandaVision. So I don't know. I don't feel like there's too much to talk about that. So we'll move on to the next one, which was Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Again, we had a lot of the lead actors and actresses come up on stage and kind of talk about it a little bit. I don't believe there was another trailer shown, or at least there might have been one shown at D23, but not to the public. But they kind of just talked about it again. I'm hyped for it. I don't know what are your guys' thoughts on it?
The more I see, the more I'm interested.
I mean, visually, it looks good.
Put it simply.
So I'm always going to be there. Plus, there is that intrigue, to kind of see where they're going to take the story. So, yeah, if I'm going to be there, it's not going to change anything. So, regardless.
Right. Kevin Feige talked about how he said it's basically the world is trying to take advantage of Wakanda as they are going through some turmoil. Whether that's, the death of T'Challa in the universe. So they're kind of having issues there, or just other issues with vibranium. So that's kind of going to be the plot in a sense, I guess, just kind of what Kevin Feige touched on. And then the next one that we got a little bit more information on, still no trailer for it, but we got Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Just talked about Kevin Feige said how it's basically Scott Lang is forced to do a time heist type deal kind of thing from Kang the Conqueror as he has Cassidy. That's really all the information we got on it. I was kind of surprised by that. But I mean, I'm hyped for it still.
Yeah, it sounds weird. I don't know how it's going to work, but obviously the characters being involved is what my biggest intrigue is for it. Plus the previous Ant-Mans really they weren't flops, so no reason to think the third one will. But I don't know. The whole story to it sounds odd to me, but I'm sure they'll make it work.
The same thing.
Hopefully.
I'm curious to see how they're gonna make it fresh without having it feel like Endgame again, where he has to do a very identical thing. Again, we don't know what the hell Kang wants him to steal or get, but apparently it's gonna take place in the quantum realm. So that's the only difference, is that's not going to take place like in some different... Well, it could, right? But as far as we know, it's mostly in the quantum realm. So, and like Josh said, the first two weren't flops by any means. The first one was hilarious. The second one, still funny, but me personally, not my favorite out of the two. But, I mean, with the direction that they're going in, they're going to lean more into like being a little more serious, especially since... It was confirmed, I believe, that this one is going to lead directly, like the events that happen here is going to trickle down to what's going to happen in the Kang Dynasty. So for that reason alone, I'm still intrigued.
Yeah, that's when Kevin Feige mentioned that's kind of what got me more excited for this film, is how I think he almost said it's going to directly affect and almost like pick those, basically Kang Dynasty is kind of going to pick up from that point. Which has me excited for it. So that was the biggest thing. Again, no trailer. Kind of makes sense though. We're still a while away from it. But the next two, I'm just gonna tie them together: Daredevil, Born Again, and Echo. Echo, we saw some footage, I guess, but it just showed Kingpin Vincent D'Onofrio with an eye patch, so he survives the end of that Hawkeye, where Echo shoots him in the face.
Which I figured, because
to be honest,
it's been done before.
Right. To be honest, Daredevil, I'm not looking forward to it now. Charlie Cox, he's said several times now how it's a different take.
Well, yeah, because like
And he said that it's not going to be the
yes
serious
and no.
side.
It's like it's weird.
He said we already
Yeah,
did
it's
the
like he
serious.
says like. Well, no, he's saying like they're like, oh, we have over 18 episodes. So like I can see it totally being fine of some of those episodes exploring the lighter side of Daredevil because it's happened before in comics. That's what he's saying. So like with the recent context of recent projects, that's kind of like a red flag you see, but could be fine, could not be. I don't know. I also know that he said that it's not a continuation of the previous Daredevil. So now I'm really curious of what the fuck's gonna happen with this character and the characters that we already know since they recast all the same characters. So I'm like, you do that, and then yet you're totally cutting off the previous one.
Yeah, I don't know. Just based off of the very limited information, because apparently he doesn't even read the script for it. So I mean, he could be lying, but still, they don't start filming until next year. I am guessing they're going to go in the kind of route where it's like, yes, we're taking the same actors who played these characters before, but we're going to do it where it's like the MCU's version of that. Like that was a different universe, where it was, kind of their own, like doing their own thing. And this is like another variant, which would be now like the prime variant, because this is the MCU version of Daredevil. They might just do that, and it kind of, one, it brings in the fans from the OG show, and two, it's like, oh, you're finally introducing Daredevil into the main MCU, and on top of that, you're having an actor who was, liked by pretty much everybody, come back and do it again. So, yeah, again, he didn't say, because he did mention that it's not going to be like a tongue-in-cheek, like a full-on comedy, He said that wouldn't really work. He said they're going to kind of stick to kind of something similar to what they had before. But at the same time, this isn't a continuation. This is like a rebirth, hence the name Born Again. So they're going to make it slightly different so that it's not like, a rinse and repeat kind of thing. They're not going to just do the same thing all over again. They're going to add their own twist to it, and with the 18 episodes they can add in obviously the Daredevil we all know, and then have like the little, like the one or two episodes where it's not so serious the entire time. So as of right now, I'm not too nervous about it. Again, it is like 2 years out, so they have their time to do it, and they're not pressured. It's not a movie, so they're not pressured to really like get this rushed out and done. They have time. They have time to write this correctly. I think they should be fine. But
they won't.
Anything can happen.
Moving on, Loki season 2. Tom Hiddleston attended. He came out and kind of talked about it, which obviously everybody knows. He's definitely very bought into the Loki character. He's very active in it. They talked about how he's on set and stuff. I don't know. Loki season 1, the aftermath of it have been literally nothing since then. So as much as we thought it was a big deal at the time, it hasn't been yet. Hopefully Ant-Man will have some. It has to, because we have Kang. But I don't know. I mean, we just didn't see anything. So Loki season 2, I'm kind of excited for it, but at the same time, does any of it matter? Who knows? But that's about it for my thoughts.
I love Loki,
so Josh's favorite one, I believe, right? Is it still your favorite, or is it like second favorite?
I would say, well, WandaVision was my favorite. I mean, Loki was like second.
I'm still gonna watch it. If like, fuck, it's not gonna change anything.
We're gonna watch these eventually, but I'm just saying.
In terms of,
I don't like how much it didn't matter.
So far. But yeah,
it's been like 2 years.
It takes a while to get any sort of payoff. But, happens.
And then we have Ironheart, which will see potentially some of her in Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. From the first trailer, I guess only trailer as far as we know. We saw at the end it kind of gave us a tease that she'll be in there. I don't know. I'm kind of excited for it, actually. Like, I know we haven't seen anything about it, but I don't know. The character seems interesting enough. I'm kind of excited to see what her role is in Wakanda Forever. But again, not like they showed anything. They just showed the official like title card, I guess you could say, for it. But that's really about it that they talked about.
Yeah, I'd be going in that show like with Miss Marvel, like my expectations literally being on the ground.
Hey,
Interesting.
And we'll see how
you
it
saw
goes.
what happened with Miss Marvel? No, yeah, with Miss Marvel. It just it blew your expectations. Granted, they were very, very low, but you know, maybe that's just like the way to do it. No pain. You won't feel it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You just got to turn your brain off. That's how you'll watch Thor: Love and Thunder extended cut.
And then I guess we'll just go from there. We'll just, while we're talking about the Marvels, they had the cast of the Marvels come out, obviously. Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel, and Photon, assuming will be her name. The three of them were on stage and just kind of talked. Again, I mean, no footage or anything shown, which makes sense as this is 3 movies away, or the 3rd movie in line to come out, so we still have a while for this one. My only thoughts is, like, I'm sure you guys saw this clip too of Brie Larson talking about it, and she was like, or somebody, one of the interviewers said something to her about like, oh, like, when will we see you again as Captain Marvel? And she said something back like, oh, do people even like want me to come back as Captain Marvel? And like, I don't know. I just kind of like felt like that just makes sense because like people like Josh out there who are just like sexist and hate on Brie Marvel or hate on Captain Marvel and Brie Larson. It's just like, I think I like her. I think she's pretty good. I'm excited for her. So I just think some people need to kind of like give her her flowers and respect because I'm excited for it. But Josh, we all know you're not, so we can let you randomly slander her next.
Man, that's crazy.
What do you mean?
That's just crazy. That's wild. I stand by my criticisms of the movie Captain Marvel, but I am excited for what the future character holds. And I've said that, especially after Miss Marvel. I liked her appearing in Miss Marvel.
I am a witness. Josh did say that, so yes. Yes.
You're also a witness to all the awful things he said about
Exactly.
Captain Marvel, the movie, and Brie Larson beforehand. So
yeah,
comment.
But that's the past.
Saying
they're valid.
Oh, never mind.
They're valid.
Josh is doubling down. Never mind.
They were valid. Valid criticism.
Criticism would be a
They're
nice
valid
way of putting it. But let's just say
You're
that.
allowed to not like a movie. Guys are acting like I said some crazy ass shit, bro. I was just saying that she was emotionless in the movie, and the acting was not good for the character, as well as liking the character in general. She was annoying as shit.
Is there anything else you would have added there?
You cannot tell me I was wrong.
I know, but
which is the issue.
That was a
Brie Larson
popular
touched
opinion
on.
there
It's the issue
for a good reason.
Josh's favorite moment he said of Endgame was watching, and I quote, Brie Larson getting punched by Thanos, not Captain Marvel. Brie Larson.
Yes.
So take that how you want.
Yeah. Oh, come on. You're just exaggerating now. Come on. It was a hyped moment. It was great seeing her get humbled. She was annoying as fuck in that movie. That literally was an Avengers movie, and then she came in there like she's all hot shit.
Yeah.
It was annoying.
Literally, we're all getting fucked on.
But the way
She
it was
literally
written
just flew in,
did
fucked
not come
everything
off
up,
well.
and then was like, oh, let me take the gauntlet from you because you guys are in trouble. She wasn't like all
And that's why it was
cocky, but
beautiful that she got absolutely punched. She was in their team meeting
yeah,
At the
the
beginning
first
of the
time.
movie?
before the big fight.
Oh.
That was
She was
Yeah, but that
annoying
was
as hell in
a
those
long
team
time
meetings.
ago.
Yeah.
yeah.
No. That's valid. That's what I'm arguing. Okay,
That was
move on.
so long,
You're just
just like
annoying as
Brie
shit.
Larson.
Move on.
Next show, I guess, was probably the one that was most hyped for.
It's valid.
Is Secret
Not Hitler.
Invasion, which we actually got a trailer for I don't know about you guys, but that was probably my like favorite trailer I've seen of Marvel in a long time, probably since Endgame, I would guess. Um, I mean, Spider-Man: Far From Home or No Way Home. Sorry, obviously getting to see like the Joker by himself is dope, but like this TV show looks like it's gonna be a really good, like, serious spy thriller. There was no jokes in the entire trailer, which was cool. Um, but yeah, that trailer was one of my favorite ones I've seen in a while from Marvel.
I agree, dude. It gave me Winter Soldier vibes, which I love.
Oh, don't bring that up. Blake doesn't like that for some reason because he wants to be different.
That is also true.
Says it's not
Blake
good
has
somehow.
said that. I am witness to that too.
Yep.
He didn't like it as much as people should. Yeah,
Somehow
I agree.
not
I mean, there's
good.
going to be comedy because there always is, but I feel like they're definitely going to take the same approach. Kind of what I'm saying with the Winter Soldier, where yes, there was jokes, but it wasn't like forceful jokes. It was like some here and there, but the story is the story. They're going to do this spy thriller all about the secret invasion. You know, it starts off with literally Nick Fury asking Rhodey, by the way, who's in the show. Me personally did not know he was going to be in it. Dope to see him there. He asked him how well he knew his like people around him. I was like, damn.
Yeah, it looks like Rhodey's very important politically. From what we saw, like he was wearing a American flag pin. Like I wonder if Rhodey's gotten into some kind of politic world, whether it's Congress or maybe even higher up, something like that. But it seems like Rhodey's pretty important now.
Yeah, he's always kind of played that role of being a representative for like the U.S. government in Iron Man. So it makes sense. As well as, I mean, the last time we saw him acting that way, he hung up on what movie was it? Yeah, on Ross.
Mm-hmm.
That was
they came back.
Was that Infinity War?
Compound. They saved Vision.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, because that's when they're. Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I he kind of was already in that role.
Right. I mean, he had
now
a
we're
quick
see really what it
quick
was.
cameo in Falcon and the Winter
what
Soldier.
He's been doing, anyways.
The TV
that
show, obviously at the beginning, but yeah, that one.
Yeah,
I'm excited for that.
Yes, sir.
And that's going to lead into
really well directed.
Right. And that's going to supposedly lead into Armor Wars, the final TV show that they talked about at D23, in which that one again was confirmed how Rhodey is going to be a huge. I think he's even the lead of Armor Wars. So that's going to be cool to see. Don Cheadle has been, a little underused, I would say, in Marvel, which kind of makes sense. As you didn't want to force him and Iron Man to be in everything together, so being so similar. But it's kind of cool to see him now get a bigger role in the MCU. Again, nothing was shown on this as it is a while away, but it's just cool to see that those two are going to connect, and again, Don Cheadle have a bigger role.
Absolutely, yeah, I'm excited for it. It comes out next spring, right? The springtime, I believe. Spring. Because there's no date for it. I think is it, like at the end of the trailer, it's like coming spring 2023 or something like that.
I don't remember. Oh, Secret Invasion you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, same page now. Okay, I thought you were talking about Armor Wars. I was like, they haven't even done anything for Armor Wars yet.
No.
Yeah, I believe it is like March, I want to say, even. It was more specific than that, but then, kind of tie into, we have Captain America, New World Order, which obviously I feel like all of us are hyped about as we get Anthony Mackie back as Captain America. It's been way too long since we've seen him, so to get him back is dope. And it's going to be bringing back, what's-his-face from the Incredible Hulk as the Brainiac, I believe. But
the leader.
I'm excited for that one. The leader, right.
Yeah, with the big
I'm excited for that.
Yeah. I forget the actor's name, but yes, that was one of the stuff that they revealed, which was nice to see that they're actually starting to involve some of the characters from that movie, especially since it was like the second movie in the MCU ever, and we're only just now getting some answers / appearances from those characters. That's been like 12 fucking years. But hey, dope to see them come back.
It was also the best Hulk we've ever had in the MCU.
I agree. Shout out Incredible Hulk 2008. Yeah, 2008.
And then the final thing from D23, which we'll let Josh talk about this one since we know said he's most interested in this. We had the announcement of the Thunderbolts movie with their lineup. So, Josh, I know you talked about you liked that one.
Yeah, I just think the group that they have for the team itself is intriguing because it's a weird bunch, and we also don't have their own Hulk variation at least confirmed for it. But it's a lot of, I know some people have pointed out on TikTok, it's kind of like, okay, only like one or two of them have actual special powers, and then majority of them are just like super soldiers. But I know that Ross, his whole career was chasing the super soldier serum anyways to be in his control. So in my mind, I'm kind of thinking maybe that the point of them having super soldiers, so many of them, is that they're going to be expendable. So he doesn't have to care about them. So that way he doesn't have high value members on his team that he actually has to care about losing. So curious if that actually plays in, has any impact on what's going to happen. I don't know. I mean, we're all kind of really going in raw with that. But hopefully it's good.
Yes.
Regardless, has my curiosity.
I would say the same thing. The only thing I would add to that is I'm hoping that since they're bringing back some of those characters, you know, like Ghost and Taskmaster, I hope they do them more justice than they did the first time. Now, Ghost was pretty cool in Ant-Man the Wasp. I felt like she was just very underutilized. So hopefully, you know, she gets to really showcase what she can do in this role that she's going to have in Thunderbolts. Who else is in there? Red Guardian, Yelena. Oh yeah, Bucky Barnes is leading pretty much the team. I wonder how that's going to play into the overall story. I don't know, you know, why he. Yeah, it is.
Right.
It
Yeah,
is
no,
an odd choice.
I love Bucky
It's
being
an
there
odd
was
choice,
odd.
but shit. We'll see.
Yeah. That, I'll be honest, Bucky being in it
I
makes
agree.
me nervous
I definitely agree.
about Bucky being in it.
Yeah. I feel like we would replace him with like Abomination. You know, I think that would have been dope, especially since they've been teasing Abomination recently and Shang-Chi, now in She-Hulk. Like, what are you doing? But okay, you know, well, we'll see. Yeah,
I agree. There's some tiny red flags.
Definitely agree. Definitely still
Got my curiosity.
I think that probably
me
pretty
there.
much wraps us up. Like we said, D23 wasn't as crazy as we thought it would be. No Fantastic Four, which some people are upset about, but I think announcing WandaVision director will be announcing it. At least I'm excited. You know, I'm happy about that. As all of us, I think, agree, WandaVision is easily a top tier Marvel show. So I'm excited to see where they go with that. But other than that, I mean, one trailer was all that came out of it, really. So we'll see. Definitely some projects.
it's a little underwhelming.
Right. Yeah. But there's some projects to be excited for. Some of them are just more stupid shows that we feel like are kind of just to throw out material. But we'll watch it eventually, I'm sure. But that's all I have to say. Unless either of you have a closing thought on it.
I mean, I'll just reiterate. You know,
really?
we can't make this into a more exciting episode and video because it was kind of underwhelming. But at the same time, you also got to remember they came to San Diego Comic-Con and they just blew everyone out of the water.
Right.
To expect them to do that again, especially so close to each other, you know, I think a month or two apart. I guess everyone was just, we were definitely expecting a little too much there. So, you know, it was underwhelming, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, you do got to hold your cards close to your chest. You can't just spill everything.
Can't just be blowing loads every time.
Exactly. Yeah.
We don't always eat big loads. Right.
Yeah.
But that's going to wrap up this video. Make sure to like it, subscribe to the channel, comment down below what any of your thoughts on D23 are. As always, check us out on social media, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and check out Apple Podcasts for the podcast version, dropping at the same time that these go on YouTube. And we'll see you guys on the next one.
Peace.